Good evening from London. It's good weather here in London, and hello from me, Dr. Dermot Hudson, the chairman of the British Group for the Study of the Juche Idea, chairman of the UK Korean Friendship Association, and official delegate of the Korean Friendship Association for the United Kingdom, and president of the Association for the Study of Songun politics of the UK. Today I'm just going to debunk and refute a few of the BBC's propaganda and lies against People's Korea. The BBC is popularly known as the British Brainwashing Corporation, or sometimes as the Biased Broadcasting Company, or Bourgeois Broadcasting Company, or even Barmy Bologna Cabal. The BBC is the broadcasting arm of the British state, an official state-controlled broadcaster, although Facebook does not apply such a label to it. Only the KFA UK page and some other pages of the Korean Friendship Association in different countries have had the label state-controlled media applied to them. The BBC is in fact closely associated with the British Secret Intelligence Service, MI6. BBC staff are actually vetted to ensure that no one with left-wing sympathies is employed in the BBC. It is very much a case in the BBC of no lefties here, John. BBC journalists are invariably from middle-class backgrounds and are part of the bourgeois elite. They have salaries which start at £37,000 with blue-chip benefits such as private healthcare and free wine deliveries. All right for some, eh? The BBC recently slandered the DPRK over the fact that graduates of orphan schools in the DPRK had decided to work in difficult jobs such as mines, steelworks and farms instead of doing cushy jobs. This is classic grey propaganda, i.e. it twists and distorts facts rather than actually inventing facts. Needless to say, the origin of this story was the notorious CIA front organisation and disinformation organisation NK News, which operates out of South Korea, with the full support and approval of the South Korean regime. NK News spun the story, which they actually took from the DPRK media in the first place, but cleverly omitted the fact that it's actually school leavers who have gone to work in the mines and farms in the DPRK. In fact, the DPRK Socialist Constitution, Article 31, clearly states in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the minimum working age is 16 years. The state shall prohibit the employment of those under the minimum working age, end quotation. And the Socialist Labour Law of the DPRK, which was passed in 1978, Article 15 of it actually states that it is illegal to employ people under the age of 16. The graduates of the orphan school have decided to work in mines and steelworks and factories out of a noble sense of patriotism and devotion to socialism. In fact, this is actually something quite wonderful and laudable. We would point out as well that unlike many Western countries, the DPRK is actually able to provide jobs for school leavers. When was the last time a British school leaver could get a job in a mine or a steelworks? In Britain, we have seen factory after factory closed in the past few years, and the coal mining industry here is virtually non-existent. In People's Korea, orphans have a future. In Western countries, they would often face permanent unemployment and have no hope in life. The Western mainstream media, including the BBC, should be ashamed of their lies and slanders against people's career. The BBC also recently carried a false report about skinny jeans being banned in people's career and people even being executed for having material with foreign content. This story was carried on the BBC News website, though it is not actually a news story but simply the BBC's opinion about the DPRK, which is not backed up by any real facts. Surely only actual news should be on a news website. The article falsely claimed that people could be executed or punished by law for watching foreign content or wearing skinny jeans, and in fact no one in the DPRK actually wears skinny jeans in the first place. Korean people are proud of their Korean style clothes. If you visit the DPRK and go to the top floor, the Grand People's Study House in the centre of Pyongyang, you'll actually find foreign music there which can be listened to, including Hey Jude by the famous 1960s British pop group The Beatles. I've spoken to some DPRK students and they told me as part of their foreign languages course they watched the film The Firm. Needless to say, the BBC quotes as one of its sources for the story the notorious far-right fascist Daily NK website, which is funded by the US Central Intelligence Agency through the National Endowment for Democracy. Many of their stories about the DPRK have been demonstrated to be false, and even the South Korean government view them as unreliable. The article also quotes so-called defectors from the DPRK. Why does the Western media constantly quote and publicise these people? They are totally unrepresentative. In fact, the DPRK has fewer defectors than other socialist countries had in the past. Many so-called defectors are actually people who committed crimes in the DPRK and are fugitives from justice. One wonders if the BBC and other Western mainstream media outlets are systematically bribed by South Korea to run stories painting the DPRK in a negative light. What is true, and quite rightly so, is that the DPRK rejects toxic and decadent Western culture such as pornography and drugs, and struggles to prevent their infiltration into the DPRK. The DPRK has a law on rejecting reactionary culture, but not foreign culture. The two are not the same thing. The DPRK is determined to uphold its culture and its socialist way of life by rejecting the ideological and cultural invasion of Western imperialism. The DPRK is resolutely smashing coca colonisation. The US and other Western countries enslave the whole world by swamping other countries with their culture. In the past, the US destroyed socialism in the USSR and Eastern Europe by infiltrating their culture into those countries. The DPRK is not going to fall into the same trap. A powerful mass movement is being waged in the DPRK against the cultural invasion of imperialism. This is not done through executing people, sending people to labour camps, but through criticism, self-criticism, education and persuasion. This is something we should applaud. And as for the BBC, isn't it a disgrace that we have to pay for their lies and fund the good life of the decadent, overpaid BBC journalists? If you want to hear the truth about people's career, then please support our UK Korean Friendship Association and the British Group for the Study of the Juche Idea and the Association for the Study of Songun Politics. Thank you for listening today and giving up your time. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber to it, and also to our affiliated channel UK KFA. And please support the events of KFA UK and the British Group for the Study of the Juche Idea, and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. Thank you again for listening. Enjoy the rest of the day, stay safe, and goodbye.